Hi everyone, it's Jessie from Aum Yoga. Thank you for joining me for this tutorial on elephant trunk and 8 angle. For today's practice, you'll need 2 yoga blocks. Grab a mat and we'll get started. Meeting me on the seat, you'll extend both legs out in front of you. Take a moment to popcorn through the knees. You'll start to bring the right knee into the right elbow crease. The left hand can grab the right foot, or you can bring the right foot into the left elbow crease, creating this pigeon-esque shape on the seat. Perhaps rocking from side to side as you lubricate your hip joint. If it feels good, you can lower down onto the forearms for a little myofascial release. Maybe pausing on any parts that feel particularly sticky. Coming back through to center. From here, you'll start to put your leg on like the strap of a backpack, bringing your right thigh to the back of your right forearm, or perhaps bringing the leg a little bit higher up onto your shoulder, depending on your degree of open hip flexibility. From here, we're going to come into our elephant trunk pose. It's really important that you keep both sets of toes active. The left knee draws up towards the hip, engagement of your quad pack. You'll start to plant the hands underneath the shoulders, bring the head slightly forward, tap into the center of gravity. You'll work to press the ground away from you and see if you can press off of the mat. Take a few breaths. If you're finding that your hands don't reach the floor, you can use your 2 yoga blocks, setting them underneath your hands, readjusting the leg if you need, pressing it into the blocks, and perhaps getting a little bit more height in your elephant trunk pose. Make sure to stay active in your toes. Give it another breath. And softly lower back down. Dismount the way you came in. Take a moment, shake out the hip. And we'll prepare to do this on the other side. Straighten the right leg out to meet the left. Popcorn through the knees. We'll start by bringing the left knee into the left elbow crease. Right hand grabs the left foot, or you can bring it into the crook of the right elbow crease. Take a moment, shake out the hip, lubricate the joint. And if it feels good, you can lower down onto the left forearm, starting to roll out the hip for a little myofascial release. When you're ready, you'll come back up through to center, finding even weight distribution on the seat. You'll start to put the left leg on like the strap of a backpack, bringing the left thigh to the left forearm, or perhaps lifting it up a little bit higher on the shoulder, depending on your degree of hip flexibility. Keep the toes nice and active. Planting the hands, strong chaturanga base, hands underneath the shoulders. Start to press the ground away and see what lifts. Take a few breaths. One more big inhale. Exhale, softly lower it down. Once again, you can experiment with your blocks, bringing them underneath the hands to give yourself a little bit more height. Readjust the leg as you need. Start to press the palms into the blocks, tip the head over the hips, and see what lifts. Take a few breaths. One more big inhale. Exhale, softly come down. Dismount the way you came in. Shake out the hip. Extend the left leg out to meet the right. Popcorn through the knees. So from this elephant trunk shape, we'll work to extend into our 8 angle pose. We'll explore this both with and without blocks. So repeating that sequence one more time, bringing the right knee into the right elbow crease. Left hand grabs the right foot, or bring it into the left elbow crease. Start to wag out the hip. Maybe lower down onto the right forearm, finding a little myofascial release. You'll come back through to center. Start to put your right leg on like the strap of a backpack. This time, maybe take a quick compass pose to open up the hip. The right arm comes out to the side, using the fingers as leverage. Left hand grabs the right foot. Start to kick the foot into the hand as you rotate from the tail to take your gaze up and underneath that left shoulder. Take a few breaths right here. One more big inhale. Exhale, come back through to center. Readjust the leg as you need. Plant the hands, shift the weight forward, head over the hips, tap into your center of gravity. Press the palms away, see what lifts. From here, coming in for our 8 angle, you'll start to cross the ankles, Work your drishti in line with the toes as you tip the shoulders forward, coming into a strong chaturanga base. Continue to breathe. You'll work to dismount the way you came in. Come back through to center, find that elephant trunk shape. Softly lower down the hips. Take a moment, shake it out. Extend the right leg out to meet the left. Popcorn through the knees. Changing sides. Let's draw the left knee in towards the left elbow crease. Right hand grabs the foot, or bring it all the way in. Wag out the hips. Lower down onto the left forearm. Find a little myofascial release. Come back through to center. Put your left leg on like the strap of a backpack. Stay active in the right toes. Here's where we added on our compass pose. Right hand grabs for the left foot. The left arm comes out to the side. Use the fingers as leverage. Start to kick the foot into the hand as you rotate your gaze up and underneath that right armpit. Take a few breaths. One more big inhale, rotate from the tail. Exhale, softly unwind. Readjust the leg as you need. Flex the toes in. Start to plant the hands, press the ground away. Coming in for your elephant trunk pose. From here, we work to cross the ankles. Starting to straighten the legs out towards the left side as you lower the shoulders down into a strong chaturanga base. Take a few breaths. You'll work to dismount the way you came in. Start to lift back up into that elephant trunk shape. Lower the hips down to the mat. Unwind. Extend the left leg out to meet the right. Popcorn through the knees. If you feel as though you want to use your blocks to help you find a little bit more height, we'll just take that sequence from elephant trunk into your 8 angle. Placing the blocks underneath the hands, draw the right foot in. Start to put the leg on like the strap of a backpack. Rock the weight forward, head comes over the hips. Press the hands into the blocks, see what lifts. When you're ready, you'll cross the ankles. Start to extend the legs out to the right side as you tip the shoulders down. See if you can take your gaze in line with your toes. Take a few breaths. Work to dismount the way you came in. Start to lift the shoulders back up over the hips. Come to that elephant trunk shape. Softly lower down. Extend the right leg out to meet the left. Popcorn through the knees. Let's do the other side. So bringing the left leg on like the strap of a backpack. Hands come onto the blocks. Tip the head over the hips. Press into the blocks and see what lifts. When you're ready, you'll cross the ankles. Start to extend the legs out to the left side as you tip the shoulders down. Strong chaturanga base. See if you can take your gaze in line with your toes. Take a few breaths. Work to dismount the way you came in. Press into the blocks. Come back through that elephant trunk shape. Softly lower the hips back down to the mat. Unwind. Popcorn through the knees.